So if you haven't already, you gotta follow Mr. Woolly Bear. This is like the biggest advertisement for his Instagram. I'm totally into it. Just Mr. Woolly Bear. We should just have like flashing lights like Mr. Woolly Bear right here. Hey everybody, today we are joined by Darrin Morris, aka Mr. Woolly Bear, aka one of the wonderful managers of the Lion Brand Yarn Studio in New York City. And we are going to be talking about Hat Not Hate, and specifically the beautiful blue yarn that you have dyed for Hat Not Hate, called Dyed by Darrin. Your yarn is called Dyed by Darrin. If you haven't heard about Hat Not Hate is an anti-bullying campaign that I started, and we collected 23,117 blue hats that were made by you. We distributed them to over 60 schools around the country, in over 30 states around the country, and it's the month of October, which is National Bullying Prevention Month. So that's why we are here talking with Darrin, who has made a special blue yarn for Hat Not Hate.
Yeah, I'm really honored to be involved with Hat Not Hate. It's a very personal message. You know, bullying affects everybody. So focusing on bullying and how that affects people and what we can do to support each other through bullying and helping people like not to bully, it's very important, and it can help people, it can really change and benefit your day-to-day life.
So well said. And you know, something about Darrin, first off, I've known Darrin for a very long time. I shadowed you. Mm-hmm. The first week that I started working at the Lion Brand Yarn Studio, I remember standing at the front of the studio and you teaching me all the things not to do. And since then, it's not only been a work relationship, but it's been a true friendship. And when I told Darrin about Hat Not Hate last year, he thought it was a wonderful idea, and he kind of took it upon himself. I didn't ask you to do it. You took it upon yourself. So tell everybody a little bit about what you did.
Okay, so on Instagram, my Instagram name is Mr. Woolly Bear. I don't sell anything or do anything. I just
post a lot of cat pictures and work in progress photos and finished projects. More finished projects than I've ever done in my life.
And pictures of my granddaughter.
Yes.
So my followers on Instagram are all they're all friendly. I've developed a relationship with a lot of people. It's just amazing. I just had a feeling that everybody would want to help and contribute. So I put it to my Instagram followers that if they would make a hat and send it in to me, I would put their name in a drawing. And each month I give away a couple of skeins of hand-dyed yarn. It's got a really good response. We've collected, I think last year it was almost 400 hats. So
from all over?
From all over the world, like Australia.
You got hats from Australia?
Australia.
That's amazing.
Different places in Europe, England, France, Germany. All over the place.
Isn't it crazy that you're here in New York City and there are people that know about you all the way so far away? That's one of the coolest things about Hat Not Hate, is that this message is reaching that far. So Darrin, I know that when I was receiving a lot of the hats, we were getting notes along with the hats, and people were definitely sharing with me what Hat Not Hate meant to them. What about for you and your followers when you're receiving those hats?
When I receive a hat in the store and through the mail, I always feel like it's a gift for me. So I really do, but it is kind of because they're participating and they're helping, and so each hat is very important. There's one particular, I don't remember her screen name, but she is from England. She was bullied as a child, and her son is also bullied. She wrote a note telling me that she made hats for her and her son, and also for several people in her son's school. So she's kind of starting the chapter in England for Hat Not Hate. So
I love that. That's amazing. How does this contest work? How do I get involved?
Okay, so it's super simple. Like, I'm only gonna do easy stuff. Like, everybody knows that's one of my hashtags. Hashtag, I only do easy stuff. So all you have to do is you just make a blue hat. You can knit it, you can crochet it. It does have to be blue. I've received several borderline purple ones. But when you send me the hat, send it to the Lion Brand Yarn Studio.
And we'll put that information in the comments. So there are many levels to how you've participated. For Hat Not Hate, you did a special blue.
Yes.
Ta-da! Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. So I named the yarn Blue Skies Shining on Me because, bullying is such a dark topic. it can really be very dark, it can really be very depressing. So I wanted to focus on something positive, that we're all helping each other, we're supporting each other. So, with Blue Skies Shining on Me makes like more of a positive message.
I love that.
And when I dye them, they're all superwash merino. It's a worsted weight wool. And when I dye them, I dye basically 10 at a time, and I dip them in the blue dye in just basically these great big crock pots. I don't just dye them once. They've all been dyed at least 3 times. I dyed them in sapphire blue, in Caribbean blue, and then in sky blue. Because when you dye them, when you're just dipping them and taking them out really fast, it leaves a lot of empty space. So like a lot of the yarn remains white and it doesn't take the dye. So then when you put it in the next color, it fills in a lot of that space, and so you're getting overlaps of different colors.
Some things to communicate about this yarn. First off, this yarn, Blue Skies Shining on Me, is available on the hatnothate.org website. Limited quantities. Darrin, your passion for Hat Not Hate is I'm speechless, and I'm so thankful. I want to thank you so much, and yes, everyone is going to ask, is there going to be a Hat Not Hate 2020? I feel like this tea with Shira that comes out at the end of the month, I think it's a very opportune time to say yes, there is going to be a Hat Not Hate 2020. My father really actually appreciates this answer when he says, well, Shira, so how many hats do you want for next year? He wants to know the number. And I said, you know what? For right now, the answer that I'm sticking with is there is no number. It's a matter of until there's no more bullying. So I leave it up to you to continue to share the message of Hat Not Hate. Darrin, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy you came on this very blue tea with Shira. Remember, if you'd like to follow Darrin, you can follow him here. That's sure. And if you would like to purchase this very special, one-of-a-kind, dyed by Darrin blue yarn, you can go to hatnothate.org. And remember, I would love to see you in your blue hat during the month of October, and honestly, during the whole year. So remember to use the hashtag #HatNotHate and tag #HatNotHate on Instagram and Facebook. I look forward to seeing your beautiful faces in those blue hats. And now, Darrin, you have a question for everybody.
So what does Hat Not Hate mean to you? And what inspired you to get involved with it?
I love it. Well, I look forward to seeing your answers, and remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And Darrin, cheers to Hat Not Hate. So I definitely think that everyone should try out this yarn. First off, it's beautiful, it's one of a kind, and it's blue. And you need to make a hat that's blue because Hat Not Hate is blue. All the fun facts.